Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to discuss the major blues solo versus the blues solo, using one scale shape to conquer them all. Pardon me, because I'm tired. I'm going to get some caffeine in me, and we're going to rock, or play the blues. Here we go. I slurped. Sorry. All right, so, hear me out. If you have not watched any StichMethod videos, go back to my playlists. Okay, if this is like me and you meeting for the first time, stop. Go back to my playlist, like the blues playlist, and watch those, and then come back here. All right, so now, for all of you who are veterans to the StichMethod, we got to talk. Hear me out. In the blues, we have minor scales on top of seventh chords. That's the sound of the blues. Then I launched a video about the minor blues, which was minor scales on top of minor chords. And everybody could hear, the distinct differences between the two. So now we're going to talk about the major blues sound. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the seventh chord, okay, from the blues, and we're going to put it in the bottom here, all right? And a seventh chord, we got to dissect that chord first. A seventh chord is a major chord. It's a 1-3-5 of a major scale, and if you don't let your eyes roll, it's okay. And then we have this flat 7 on top. So the key thing is that it's a major chord bass with a flat 7. So it has this uplifting sound, has this kind of A1 steak sauce of a flat 7. And we can hear it. That's the A1 steak sauce of a seventh chord. But nonetheless, it's on a major chassis. So if we want the blues sound, if we're playing an E, and we're playing an E7, if you want the blues sound, you can play an E minor pentatonic. Actually, I played that off the wrong root note. The E minor pentatonic starting here. Alright? And you can watch all my blues tricks, and you can do whatever you want with the major thirds of the scale, and all the fun stuff we talked about in all my other videos. But the general idea is that it's a minor pentatonic. E minor. And then I created a video saying, hey, if you want a little bit of major flair, you can put in the E major pentatonic somewhere in your solo. And Hendrix does that a lot. But now we're going to talk about separating the two and kind of being two different guitar players in one performance piece. If you're a fan of the band Phish, like I am, the song Possum is a great example of it. Trey goes back and forth between major blues sound and a blues sound. So here's the deal is when you're playing the blues and you're playing either seventh chords or major chords in this fact now, okay, because now we're working with a major blues system, you can call upon yourself a minor scale for the blues sound or a major scale for the blues sound. So we're going to use the Form 1 pentatonic today. And today's lesson is about learning how to handle this and really own it with a Form 1, simple Form 1 pentatonic. Minor, E minor blues, E minor scale, pentatonic, 12th fret. E major scale, move that down to the pinkies on the 12th fret, and the first fingers on the 9th fret. This is an E major pentatonic. It's also a C sharp minor pentatonic, right? But it's an E major pentatonic. Now when I play that kind of fast, yeah, add an extra note, talk about that, but you can hear the Allman Brothers type sound there. So let's talk about the Allman Brothers. The Allman Brothers, to me, when I listen to them, I can clearly hear the major scales on top of the major chords or seventh chords. They are a major blues influenced band. All right, so we have the blues scale, which I think of B.B. King and Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray, and all the guitar blues guys. And then when I think of major blues, I think of the Allman Brothers and some Grateful Dead. It has a springtime sound that I associate with it. So the key thing here is to know where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are in each scale. I have a chart in one of my videos about the blues soloing mindset, about where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are in the minor pentatonic, and in this chart that I'll have in a link below is going to have the 1, 4, and 5 in the major and the minor for ease of use. That's important, because when you're playing and the band goes to the 4, you got to find those 4s. Speaking of 4, the major pentatonic doesn't have a 4 in it. Okay, it doesn't, so we got to find where those 4s are. So let's start in the major note. There is my 4. Okay, so we're going to add that note to our pentatonic playing. That's the 4, and also my 4s here. So 12th fret of the A and 10th fret of the B. And again, the chart below will have this. So you have the 4, you need to add the 4 because we have a 1, 4, 5 in blues. Okay, again, if this is your first StichMethod video, don't judge me on this. Very confusing at this point. All right, so you have the minor pentatonic where we have 1s, 4s, and 5s located in it. We have a major pentatonic with now ones, fours, and fives, because there's a 1 and 5 in there we'll discuss. And you have to watch all my videos to this point. So now, how do we call upon this? Okay, so I have a backing track here, and I'll put a link to it below. And it's a blues. It's a nice shuffle blues backing track. And again, if you're gonna play, not again, but if you're gonna play major blues, you gotta have some sort of upbeat tempo to it. You can't have a major blues like. Not gonna work, right? So you gotta have some sort of like upbeat thing. So I have a kind of upbeat thing here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna introduce to you 2 different guitar players as I play. All right, I'm gonna introduce Eric Clapton and B.B. King versus the Allman Brothers Band. Okay, 2 styles, and you can hear them clearly. Now, my guitar tone is not gonna change. I don't have pedals to mess around with, but you gotta listen to the actual note choice. And as you do this, as you're soloing, you can learn how to manipulate your sound, whether you want to be major for a couple bars in 12-bar blues, or you want to be a blues sound, not minor blues, just regular blues. Here we go. Let's see, click everything around. Let's see what we got here. All right, so first one. Okay, so I'm going to start with a minor, not minor, but my minor scale for the blues sound, right? This is the B.B. King sound. Eric Clapton, here we go. Get the point. So let me stop that. All right, so you can hear 2 different sounds. So how do we do this? Very quickly, just to recap, you have a minor pentatonic for the blues sound. Okay, minor, E minor, 12th fret. For the major sound, you have a major pentatonic. You put your pinky on the 12th fret. That's your major root note. You need to know where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are in your scale. So when the blues moves to 1s, 4s, and 5s, you can kind of hit that note. I'm referencing my blues soloing mindset video, just in case you haven't seen that. You have to watch that. And now the last trick is just knowing where your major third is or your minor third in the scale, so you can punch people right in the face with what type of scale you were soloing with. In a minor pentatonic, in the E minor pentatonic, excuse me, your G is your minor third. That's here, the 12th fret, right, of the G string. It's also the 15th fret of your high E string, or your 15th fret of your low. That's the minor. That's the minor third. So if you're gonna start on the solo, you can come in and wham on that minor third. Instantly puts you in your place. Hey, this is a blues solo now. Okay, this is the minor scale on top of the major chords type thing. And if you want to switch the Allman Brothers sound, you have to hit the major third. So in this major pentatonic, that's the major third there. It's a G sharp. Excuse me. There we go. All right, and the G sharp here. So you have the 9th fret of the B or the 11th fret of the A, and that is the major third of an E. So if you come in on that note, it instantly punches people right in the face with, hey, this is a major blues solo. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to sound like the Allman Brothers, and you now have the ability to go and switch between the two. Again, the chart below with the link will have the minor scale with the 1s, 4s, and 5s in the minor third, and the major scale with the 1s, 4s, and 5s in the major third. And you want to load up an E-blues backing track. I'll link this one below, and you want to practice willing the sound of whatever you want to will. Do you want Duane Allman playing on stage? You want Eric Clapton and B.B. King playing on stage? And learn when they work and when they don't. We can talk about that in 10 more videos, but discover it. Go for it. Introduce in your head Duane Allman or Eric Clapton and switch and see what sounds you get. You're going to enjoy it, I promise. So if you're in a band and you want to practice this tonight, you got to tell your guys, hey, no minor chords, either major or seventh chords for the blues. And I'm going to kind of switch around right now between a minor pentatonic or a major pentatonic, kind of hitting some key notes, so bear with me, and you'll see that it'll start to really develop. Again, if you want to hear great examples of this, I'll use the song Possum by Phish, and listen to Trey's work. It's phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. All right, have a great day. I hope this helped just introduce a new idea, a new concept. We can expand on this for years. Have a great day. Bye.